that feeling when you open up your planner and you see August the 21st and panic sets in? The beach towels are still drying on the balcony and you've got sunscreen in your purse and a pumpkin candle in your cart. At the same time, the school group chats are blowing up, office schedules are shifting, and that back to real life feeling is getting louder by the minute. One of my clients, a busy attorney, says, "It feels as though I've been living in two different dimensions. Work says Q4 is coming. My body says I just want one more weekend nap." Talk about what to do now to reset your space, your mindset, and your routines without the panic or perfectionism. Welcome to Organizing with Ease, my friend. I'm your host, Deanna Mall. If this is your first time tuning in, I welcome you. And to our regulars, thanks for being part of this August reset journey. So in this episode, Simplify August series, it's all about that almost fall reset. So why not? Why don't we just dive right in? So that micro mess reality. Let's start with those little things, those things that are stealing your peace. You know what I'm talking about? The stack of forms you meant to scan, the kids' backpacks half packed from 3 different days, your home office chair that's doubling up as a laundry valet. Here's a global stat. You ready? A 2023 study found that professionals in hybrid working environments lose an average of 7 hours per week due to disorganized physical or digital workspaces. That's nearly a full workday gone. For those busy professionals, before jumping into our Q4 planning, I cannot believe I'm even saying Q4 planning, but it's true. We do have to clear your physical decision pile, whether it's the papers, unopened packages, or any of those unread tabs. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Choose one area of visual clutter to reset the week. Your desk, the entry table, your laundry chair. Just kidding, your desk chair. But if you do have a place where you do have your laundry, you might want to revisit that. You want to label something like a hold bin or anything you're not ready to toss out and you don't need to see right away. I have one mom entrepreneur here in Miami, and what she did was she didn't even realize how much stress her dining room table caused her until she cleared it out and was able to actually pull out her table runner for display along with some flowers and some candles. It's like her whole day had changed. You know, the schedule spiral, it's just so evident the month of August. The back to school season isn't just about school, it's when work meetings ramp up, extracurricular resumes, and your time gets pulled in 5 different directions. Here's a stat from the UK Time survey, and it said that working parents spend an average of 2 hours daily on transitional tasks in the month of August, like pickups, appointment, coordination, and schedule planning. For those busy professionals, this is a moment to audit your calendar. You heard me right. Audit your calendar and ask yourself, what obligations are reoccurring but are draining you? What blocks of time can you protect for planning, recharging, or catching up? And always my favorite, if you would like, it's always that color coding your calendar. It makes a big difference. I'm just saying because I actually have my calendar color coded and it's divided between personal, family, and of course, work. Color coding does help because it also can help you prioritize what needs to get done when and for whom. So let's get real. Whether you're a busy mom, juggling school drop offs, or a professional pivoting between those Zoom calls, meal prep, going to actual meetings in person, your spaces have merged in ways that weren't built for harmony, especially in late August. It's all hands on deck and all surfaces are being claimed. True story. One of my listeners, who actually is in New York, told me that her kitchen island had become the unofficial command center of chaos. Her kids' sports forms were all there, her iPad, sticky notes for client calls, receipts from errands. It all lived in one big pile, she said. I used to wipe down the counter. Now I just get to move a pile left to right, right to left. Are you saying I can relate to that portion of the kitchen countertop? I think we all can at one point in time. So what did we do? We did a quick zone refresh. It was basically we set aside an area for her urgent papers only. And if there's a magazine for her kids for her school, that was also placed there. She actually did have a basket, which she had for her cables and cord because she used her kitchen counter, a section of it for the electronics to get charged. She also added a small plant because that's what she would like. And now she gets to exhale when she walks into the kitchen and into her room because guess what? She did her refresh. So, why is this happening? Because spaces are constantly evolving, but our systems stay static. So, what worked in May won't work in September. According to Microsoft's 2024 Remote Work Trends Report, 63% of professionals said their home setup directly impacts their productivity, but only 34% felt confident in how their space is organized. So, what can you do about it right now? Choose one high traffic surface, wherever it might be. It always seems to be first start is the kitchen because remember, the kitchen is the heart of the home. It could be your home office, it could be a desk. If you don't have a room for your office, maybe you do have a desk somewhere else in like the living room setup. Look at that. Look at the entryway. Look at your laundry room and your mudroom. Is this a surface that's helping me transition or making me stall? Build your, what I would give you just kind of like a visual, like a landing strip, a folder for the to do. How about a bin for like that file later so that you could put it away later? Also for your basket for your mail or for your keys. That actually helps. If your workspace doubles as a home zone, create visual markers of work hours. Use a desk lamp that's only on during the working times. You know, one of those that you can have on your desk. You can just touch it on and off. It's kind of cool. Keep a shutdown checklist. You know, log out, tidy up your desk, and set up 3 things for tomorrow. I don't know about you, but let me share with you what I do. I actually do have my home office with a closed door. So it is my office. And so before I close my computer, I clear off my desk. I do check what's happening for tomorrow, make sure that I have everything done, and get ready for the morning. I have it already done the night before. Whether I need to load up my car, whether I don't, it's all prepared beforehand, the night before. I clear off my desk again, I put everything away, I close my computer, I log out, and guess what? When I come in the morning to check up anything, just my first initial walk into my office is calm and just peaceful. It's a great way to start. Might want to try it out. It's something to think about, something to try, and it might actually even work because if you walk in the morning and your desk is not cluttered, you already have started on a good note on that day without any anxiety because papers can do that to you. So now let's shift from the physical clutter to the mental clutter because even when the counters are clean, the emails are sorted, the overwhelm creeps back if you don't shift internally. And here's the truth. We don't just organize our homes, we organize our thoughts, our expectations, and emotions through our space. I received an email from a listener after last week's episode, and she says, I didn't realize my mood swings were tied to my environment until I made a nightly reset habit. I used to collapse into bed. Now I tidy my nightstand, I journal 3 lines, and suddenly I sleep better. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I just needed to share that with everyone as well. So instead of asking, what do I need to do this week? Why don't you ask yourself, what do I want to feel this week? Then match that with a micro habit, a feeling of what? Calm, an action like lighting a candle, breathing while you're clearing your desk for 3 minutes. Feeling productive. Action. Write out your top 3 goals on a sticky note or on an agenda or on a planner. A place where it's near possibly your coffee station or close by so that you can continue reading your goals. Feeling grateful. Start a seen or soothe journal. Write one thing daily that made you feel supported. Again, the grateful and the journaling does take time, just like when you do your gratitude in the evening times or in the mornings. I actually do this at night, and it did take me a little while, but once I got going, I could not stop. Do I do it every day? I try to. Intentionally, I really do. But there's some nights where I don't. And guess what? It's okay because I'll just pick up and go the next day. It's all good. The American Institute of Stress reports that decluttering one area of your life can reduce cortisol levels by up to 25%. That's better than a green juice cleanse. Thought you might like that one. For those working professionals, what we want to do is we want to create and reclaim transitional moments. Before you log onto your next Zoom call, take 60 seconds to stretch. Take 3 deep breaths. Clear that one item closest to your keyboard that doesn't belong. Fresh start isn't just for the home, it's for the habit that brings emotional alignments. Let's not wait for the perfect season. Let's start the new one right now with the space, the clarity, and the self-trust. So here is a August reset challenge before we head into a new month. But again, we still have next week, but I'm just sharing with you. What we want to do is we want to pick one spot that feels like a visual noise and declutter it. We want to audit your time, ditch or delegate what no longer fits. Choose one home zone to set up for your current season. But of course, the last is always the hardest, and that is to anchor your day with one small ritual that brings peace. I want to share with you a parting quote because you know me, I love to share quotes, but here is one. Sometimes you just need a fresh start in a clean space with a clearer mind. And remember, this isn't about overhauling your life in one weekend. It's about resetting your rhythm, one thoughtful, empowering step at a time. Until next week, my friend, step by step, little by little, you've got this.